Welcome to another episode of the Wave Talk. We are here with season 2, episode 2, and we are really excited. We've got a super special guest, so make sure you guys stay tuned to find out who it is. But let's get into it. I always like to ask my audience, how are you guys doing? How was your week?
Great. Blessed.
Great, blessed. That's good. Anybody do anything fun? No.
House no job.
Okay. For yourself or for somebody else? Oh, what are you going to be? He can't tell us what he's going to be. I don't even know if I'm going to do anything for Halloween. I don't know. I do have this cute outfit from Ross, but girls can either be scary or they can be like cute. So it would be like really cute, but I'm always like really dressed up. I kind of want to be scary this year if I do something. I don't know. Maybe. Probably put like some paint on my face. Just a little bit of blood, some things. It'll work. Real easy, real easy. Well, thank you guys for talking to me about your week. We'll get into our topics. Up first, we're going to do our events for the week. We have the People's Choice Awards coming up on November the 6th at 2 p.m. So if you're watching, you were nominated, make sure you're there in attendance. Invite your friends. They have the Mistletoe Market 2022. It's hosted by the Junior League of OKC, and that's on November the 4th. So for all of my people who love Christmas like myself, you should probably want to attend that. I can't wait until Christmas. I'm putting my tree up November 1. As soon as Halloween or October's done, I'm putting up a Christmas tree. Up next, they have Coffee and Cars. For all of my people who like to look at vehicles, it's November 5th at 8 a.m. I don't know. I'm just not huge into cars. I know people like to collect them. They're really expensive, but I just don't get it. I don't get the hype. Now, granted, I do want like a G-Wagon, and I do want a Jeep, and I do want a 4Runner. But other than that, it's not like a dire need. I know people who go like insane about their cars. I wonder what the hype is. I don't know. Up next, we can get into our topics. Of course, I feel like everybody's been talking about it all week. If y'all could guess what I'm gonna say, what topic would I say? We've been talking about it all week. Yes. Yes, Kanye. So I'm still pro Ye. And I think that what happened was a true tragedy, considering other people have done much more and received a lot less for consequences. I feel like whenever people want to get into like freedom of speech, it don't always apply across the board. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he wanted to, talk about how slavery was a choice, or he was degrading black people in whatever fashion he was, nobody blinked an eye, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as he talks about any other demographic, well, everybody's up in arms. On the same hand, you got people like John Mayer, Justin Bieber, plenty of people who have done a lot worse, said a lot worse, especially like racially, and they haven't lost any deals, any mergers or anything like that. So I'm just curious. I feel like we all know why, but why doesn't, freedom of speech apply to black people?
What laws do apply to black people?
I feel like we already know the answer to that.
We all know these laws were written before we were considered even people.
I know. Before we were in 3/5.
That's why they still call us black. You gotta look that up. It's all the same.
I've always wondered that. I don't like that we're called black and the Hispanics are brown. It's like, we're brown too.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't like that. But I really don't feel like it was fair for him to have lost all of those deals. And now it's putting him into a position to where everybody's like, I told you so. Like everybody was like trying to double down on him, on making him stop talking. But I don't feel like he really said anything to harm anyone. I mean, unless anybody knows anything specifically, he said like, go attack so-and-so. So I don't know. I'm still pro Kanye. I'm still going to support him. I'm not going to go. He's trying to build a city, like a little, a Yako system. I wouldn't attend that. I wouldn't attend the ecosystem or the school He makes the kids sign NDAs. I'm like, what are we doing in school to where we got to sign an NDA? I'm also curious, a lot of y'all, and I didn't forget, a lot of y'all was trying to vote for Kanye whenever he was running. I won't forget whoever it was. I'm not going to say your name on camera, but I'm like, you didn't even look at policies or whatever. I'm still supporting Ye, but I would never vote for him. Ugh. Up next, I want to know, how do we determine worth? Like as far as a platform, maybe it's a brand, maybe it's, I don't know, how do we determine worth? Do we feel like it's mostly based on other people's opinions? Do we feel like it's more so based on like what it looks like? How do you guys determine something's worth? Besides somebody actually putting a price on it.
Everybody's perspective is different.
Right.
You gotta figure it out what the person wants. Some people want love of people, so obviously they're waiting on other people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want peace and love themselves, and I don't give a damn what nobody thinks. So work is we go as far as east to west. Work is almost like beauty. You know what I'm saying? People find beauty in all types of different things. Some people find worth in all types of different things. That's real shit. And it's in the eye of the beholder.
I like that. It really is. It's all a matter of perspective. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like whenever you're at the store and you see a price on something, that's just what it costs. You know what I'm saying? But there is a difference between cost and worth. Let me say that. There is a difference between cost and worth. I take that back. I thought I was going somewhere with that. I wasn't. There is a difference. All right. So let me see. Do I have any more topics? No, those are our topics. Coming up, we are going to bring on our guest. Make sure y'all stay tuned. He's coming up next. Thank you so much for joining the Wave Talk. So how are you today? Now, whenever I ask people that, like, how are you truly, like, internally? Are you content? Are you anxious?
No, I'm very transparent if you get to know me, but I'm actually at a place of peace. I'm at a place of understanding myself more, accepting life how it come, and then trying to translate that in my music, and then just kind of how I regroup and move as a person from now on. So yeah.
Have any events taken place that's brought you to that level of acceptance?
Life.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just, I feel like we ain't got enough tape in time just to talk about like the stuff I've done in just like the last 10 years. And it's a lot of wins, a lot of losses. It just changed your perspective on business, music, everything, industry, everything. So it's just, I've changed my perspective on what I want as opposed to just trying to be out there and be flashy. It's just about making what you love and just staying out the way.
Absolutely. Now, he said we don't have enough tape and time to talk about everything that's happened over the 10 years. If you could give us a quick, brief synopsis, just to catch the people up.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing over the last decade.
Last decade.
Well, decades sound huge.
It sounds forever, right? But I before singing soul music, I started as a videographer, and I was blessed enough to be at Lanks University, self-taught, learned to work with a lot of people. Went back home to Texas, and started this thing called Threes Up, which is kind of like the area code where I'm from, and it just went real well. Ended up being blessed enough to work with Lil Ronnie, like Throw That Ass in a Circle.
Yeah.
And then I worked for Yella Beezy for like 2017 to like 2020.
Okay.
And so just got to see just worked on the Indigo tour with Chris Brown, all 32 shows or whatever. So played basketball with him one-on-one. Just got to see a lot of cool shit. Own my own studio in Paris. I think COVID. Paris, Texas, where I'm from.
Oh.
Not France.
My people's from Paris, Texas, too.
Wait, who your people?
Wait, and your last name is Martin, too?
Yeah, but who your people?
Their last name is Martin.
We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. We might be cousins.
I was like, wait. No, for real.
We might be cousins, for real. Crazy. So did that, and then from that point on, COVID happened. And so the show stopped.
Yeah.
Like the label that I was signed to, which was PMG, was like everybody couldn't do nothing because it was, lockdown season. So I kind of fell back on my degree, started doing teaching and stuff. And then I kind of got to a point where I was like, I really want to get back to singing. Cause I remember being on the road with, you know, guys like Yellow or Low Deezy, Yellow Beezy's manager, and they'd be like, boy, you need to sing, you know, just joking. And then got to the point where other people would say, man, you need to take it serious for real.
Right.
I did one song, and the reaction was really good. And then I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing it. So
ideally, or like, how long have you been making music? Well, singing.
Truthfully, I mean, singing, like, unfortunately, I've been having to sing my whole life, forced I'm a pastor son, so it's like, my pops would get up, he be preaching, and just get up here, and he'd be like, I ain't practiced my voice dry. So singing since I can at least first grade.
Okay.
But like taking it serious and really going in and with the intention, I'll probably say for the last 2 years, since 2020.
Wow,
so,
that's really good.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you know now that you would have known starting out, even like after all the advice or suggestions you've received?
I think I just would have kept dropping music, like just as just an artist. Like, I think when I first started, I was just trying to like just have the best song out and trying to do this, that, and the other. And people don't realize in this industry shit, if you ain't got no money, if you ain't got a whole bunch of people behind you, you just need to be consistent and wait your turn.
All you can do.
And so, and soul music is not a primary choice for a lot of people either. It's more for a more mature, older crowd. So I had to just be realistic. Fuck it, I'm just gonna keep dropping music, as opposed to trying to work 6 months on 7 tracks. That's just stupid, you know? So now it's at a place now, I've only been an artist since 2020. I've dropped five albums. Number 6 is gonna drop November 14th.
Okay.
And it's like we just getting to a point where it actually improves the sound when you just continue to chop at the bit, you know?
Absolutely. Do you have any soulful inspirations?
Man, it's so many of them. D'Angelo, Sam Cooke is not necessarily, he started off as gospel, but a lot of his harmonies, riffs, and runs, I'm a huge fan of, just because of my pops. Bilal. I don't know if this is deemed soul, but a lot of his eclectic and metaphysical sounds, Samino is just, he's like, even though you might not hear it in all of my music, I might hear a harmony on something and try to duplicate something else, you know, so I get influences from everywhere. Felix, I don't even know if you know who that
Felix,
is. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on
Looks him
live.
up off camera.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of good artists out there. I can't even think of it's a lot of them that I love, so that I really rock with.
What do you think the difference is between soulful music and R&B? Because I know that there is a distinct difference.
It's a huge debate on that. Like, people really kind of get up in arms about that conversation. And I tell people all the time, R&B and soul are like, they're like brother and sister, because they're so similar. Because there's so many songs that you put out, that we put out, and the industry says it's R&B.
Yes.
But when we hear it, it's like, bro, that's a soul track.
Right.
So I think it based on the listener, but if it was up to me, I say, when you take away the electronics and the boom paps and the beat makers, and you just get to real instruments and you get to real vocals, not the auto-tune tracks. I feel like when you start adding on the electronic stuff, it's not soul no more.
I like that.
It becomes like this new, like this different type of shit, like R&B. It becomes R&B. And when you think about it, R&B is so close to pop now. Like, you'll hear a Chris Brown song, and they'll say it's R&B, and then the album be labeled pop. So it's like, it's just, I don't know, it's, when I hear soul music, I think of Anthony Hamilton, I ain't hearing I'm hearing real instruments.
Absolutely.
When I play D'Angelo, I'm listening to real instruments. I'm hearing people really sing, no auto-tune. And that's how I define it.
I love that. I've always known that there's been a difference, but I've never heard it put like that whenever you remove all of the excess. That's a really good point. What are typically a few subject matters of soul music that you like to stick with? Man,
I pick with the big 3 of the heart: love, breakup, and success, as far as like improvement. So if you get a chance to listen to my music and you follow it, the names kind of tell you where I'm at in life, and the tracks kind of tell you where I'm at, kind of like sub-projects in a sense. So my first project is called Isolation. It's because in 2020, that's when we all had to be isolated, and that's when I actually began my thought process of trying to be a better person. Then it's, I'm sorry, I don't trust you. And that's when I started learning, like, wait a minute, it's some motherfuckers around me. Well, while I was isolated, I realized there's motherfuckers around me that really weren't for me. You know, they went from that to running because I started realizing that I needed God in this process, and then went from that to lesson learned. So now I ran this stuff. Now I'm learning the lesson, and now this next one is just you're gonna see what it's called. So it's cool. So it's
we gonna see. So you don't want to talk about it coming up?
No, we can talk about it.
Oh yeah, I do want to talk about it. He's dropping a new project, guys, on his birthday, November the 14th.
Yes.
We're big Scorpios over here. I'm November the 15th.
And I'm November the 14th. So we might be cousins, and then we might be Scorpio brothers and sisters. So we all wrapped in there.
That's crazy. But yes, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to give us the title.
No, I'll tell you, Soul Ain't Dead.
Okay.
And that's because that's what I realized, that all this stuff, like my soul, was the thing that kind of kept me going through this whole process. Come on, double entendre. But I really vulnerable from the beginning to the end. I'm talking about being an artist and people not hearing shit. I talk about being an artist and being broke as shit.
Yes.
I'm not, like, I see we got artists that be flipping money, and I'm like, nigga, I go to work every day. I don't trap, I don't do no side shit. I'm a regular guy, bro, that just love music. So when I'm flipping shirts out the trunk, it means something, you know what I'm saying? So it gives a starving artist perspective. It gives a vulnerable perspective that all the shit you see is a lot of times it's anxiety. A lot of times it's insecurity.
Yeah.
So we just trying to be cool through the process. So my project is super vulnerable, and I can't wait for like people to try it and just check it out, because I think if they can relate as far as being somebody that's striving for something, they can at least find one or two tracks that's like, nigga, I get it, you know. So
absolutely. Is your album release a public event?
Album release is a public event.
Okay.
It's November 13th at Hubbly Bubbly. It will start at 8 o'clock. It'll go to midnight. I'll have some performances. Vocal Gold. I have this guy named Don Lewis. If y'all haven't heard of him, he just made a track. Me and him been doing music together for 2 years. He made a track called Neon You.
Okay.
He's a mixed guy. So he kind of like he does country music.
Okay.
So he's on my new project called it's a track called Too Good, which is really good. But this track has only been out for 6 days. It's already had 600,000 streams.
Damn.
He was streamed, I think, number 9 for all country music in the country, and number 23 for all genres. He's gonna be there, and he's like really good performer, good guy. He's actually a man of God too, which is crazy.
Absolutely.
Because like you see somebody, some of the music he make, you'd think he's like a crazy, he's really a cool guy. So I got him coming, and there's a couple more people that's gonna be coming. I think it's gonna be a really good show. I'll perform at the end. We'll listen to the project while we had a Hubbly Bubbly going and the food going. And I'm also gonna have a little cards where people can kind of rate the tracks that they like.
Oh, I like
so
that.
It'll be fun.
It's really important, it seems, for you to get not the perspective, but the feedback of the people.
Yes.
Because I've never heard of that at a album listening party. Like, go ahead and rate the songs, and they can just leave you feedback. What made you decide to do that?
Being in the industry around other artists and like bigger scale ones, like I've seen where they are, like I've been where a label rep and I'm with them, I'm just shooting for them, but they'll get there, and if you were invited to somebody's album release, you either got a section or you got like a very nice welcome gift where it was like, yo, I'm not just here to be a part of some shit, like I'm here and this dude is invested in me. He's just gave me his merch, he's giving me bottles for my section, he's giving me food. I have to listen to this nigga shit. Yeah. Like, you know, so I just off GP, I have to listen to it. So when you have a budget, you can really do that. I'm a regular guy, so I'm just thinking of simple ways where we got food, we're gonna have like free pre-rolls and stuff like that. That'll be my way of giving. And in the back end, I'm like, you got the smoke, you got the live music. Now tell me what you think about the music. And hopefully it's a good trade-off of energy.
Absolutely. I really think that's a good investment, even though it doesn't really cost too much monetary-wise. That's a good investment to show the people that you actually do care.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, as a fan of many artists, I just be wanting to tell them, we don't want to hear that from you.
Yes.
You know, we just want to let them know, we don't want to hear that from you.
Just give me that other one, like 4 and 7. You ain't got to do number 12 no more.
Although we do understand that people have to go through their creative process, at some point you still got to listen to your core. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's very important. A lot of artists don't do that, so.
I agree.
As a fan, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
I don't want to be the artist that gets stuck on what I like. Because I realized I went to the studio, and she can attest. I went to the studio and like, yo, this track is the one. I love it. You put on the album, it don't get no play. It's the track that you just kind of squeezed out.
Right.
It was like, it's cool, it feel. And everybody's like, yo, that's the one.
Right.
I love that. I play that one every day. I'm like, I hate that song.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, so that's when I started realizing, like after my third album, I kept getting that. And I was like, all right, let me start asking niggas what they want. Like, I want to make sure people want to stream it.
Right.
I don't want to force my shit on. I want them to stream.
We don't want to be force-fed. We're hungry, but we're going to eat on our own terms.
Come on, man. I want it to be edible when you want to eat.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely. That's music for the soul.
come on now.
Now, I want to kind of go back because you mentioned vulnerability, if I can say it right, vulnerability.
There we go.
And is that something that you've always had within yourself, or is this just something you're recently discovering? Good
Man,
God.
I think I started off just trying, as a preacher's son, you have a lot of eyes on you. So I think I unconsciously became a fake motherfucker by trying to always hold up an image, like to make sure my dad's church looked good, make sure my family name looked good. And in reality, I wasn't taking care of me.
Right.
So you would look up and you think you're doing family right by covering up things and doing things like that. But when you get older and you're away from family and you're out the state, you realize that shit's not cool.
Absolutely.
So I had to grow up and realize, well, some of the shit you do is fucked up. And grow up from that. And from that, it made me feel, I think from that, it allowed me to be vulnerable and allowed me to be transparent. I think people from that type of background will do small things that they think is harmless that can really break the character, like little white lies, little, you know, like that shit, you ain't got to do that, you know.
It's
and
not
I think,
even necessary.
and we don't really realize that we condition ourselves on image so much that we tend to do it from time to time. So I think that was just something I didn't want to keep doing. And so, yeah, I feel like you get blessed when you're vulnerable.
Oh my gosh.
The people that take advantage of you
right.
will get their own demon, you know what I'm saying?
And that's always like a huge fear, is like if you are too vulnerable, people will use that.
I've been exposed. I've been like so many times in different ways. But I can't stop being vulnerable because I feel like I bless more people to be proud of who they are and stand on whatever the hell they stand on, as opposed to like, it's just like love. You can't get your heart broken and say, I'm done with love. I'm never gonna love again. This nigga broke my heart. All niggas are the same. Like, no, it's
Well, I'm just
try.
kidding.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it, sister
kidding.
kinfolk.
I'm just
cousin.
kidding.
But you gotta try again.
Right.
Maybe you gotta wait a couple of days or a couple of weeks or months or years. But you gotta sooner or later try. So I just think just be vulnerable and be honest.
Okay, we're gonna take like a little segue. As I mentioned, guys, we are doing shoe cam on the Wave Talk.
Oh shit.
We're doing the shoe cam on the Wave Talk. Today I've got just a cute little pair of Forces. I had on a different shirt earlier today, but it was just not giving. So I had to switch into this lovely hoodie. It still kind of matches. But yeah, we just got on some basic Forces with a cute little yellow.
Swaggy.
What you got on your feet today?
I'm a hippie, so
Okay.
I'll pull this motherfucker out.
Okay.
This is what you want to call a standard Negro croc, okay? This is turbo mode, okay?
Okay.
This is running from dogs, jumping fences, riding the back of pigs, okay? And then you put this motherfucker back right here. This is when you get home. You eating your fried bologna sandwich with no socks. You get what I'm saying? It's a dual situation.
Now,
I'm
hold
thankful.
on. Crocs and no socks is wild.
When you at home, nobody has to know. Nobody has to know.
It doesn't like hurt your feet or like
That shit,
bother.
it feels great at the crib.
Mine have fur on the inside, so
No, you got sweaty feet.
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't. Your feet. Hold on. You only have sweaty feet if you put like lotion on them. I don't put lotion on at home.
You just slide right in at the
Yes.
shower. Okay. I'm about to say, because you can't go in there fully moisturized. And
No,
think you're
absolutely
gonna come
not.
out.
That creates too much moisture. I've been there, had to re-up on another pair.
A whole
It's
pair
not a
got
good
to go.
situation.
You got to throw them away.
Absolutely. Now, I also mentioned on last episode that I wanted to ask my guests like a quick little question just to see where you are. Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Shit, no.
Well, he admitted it, but we'll see.
I've seen some of them episodes. I was like, huh? So let's try
Heavy
it.
stressed.
Let's try
Okay.
it. Shit,
Now, I feel
I'm
like
high.
this is easy.
I
And
don't
since
care.
it
Do you have the
is-
answer?
Yeah.
That's why it's easy right now for you.
But I feel like this is like common knowledge.
Okay,
and I'm going
come
to
on.
ask you too.
All right, come on. I
All
didn't
right.
expect this shit.
How many sides does a heptagon have?
Did you say hepta? Is that 6, 7, 8, 9?
Hold on. It's one of them.
It's one of them? Mm-hmm. Now, hexa, now hold up. God damn.
Let's go through some
I ain't been to a
deductive
math class
reasoning.
in so long. I know a hexagon is 5, 6.
Okay.
Hepta, I ain't never heard of a hepta.
You have.
Are you sure?
You
Is
already
that
gave
8?
us the answer.
I'll take 7.
7 is correct. He had a little help off screen. We're gonna let
We're
him
not
have
going
it.
to talk about help. Lifelines are there.
Lifelines
Let me tell y'all
are there.
something. She just came in with a whole 5th grade question.
But you're a teacher.
Baby, I don't teach no more for that
Oh.
reason. I said, let me just go to college and be a coordinator.
Okay, I got one more question, and I feel like this one's super easy.
Okay, let's hear it.
Super easy.
Can I pass?
No.
right, come on,
You can
let's
get
hear
another
it.
lifeline though.
Okay, cool. I'm all about lifelines.
Okay. What is the largest organ on the human body? Or in the human body, I'm sorry.
Ain't it the organ?
Organ.
Now, didn't they say that the intestines is like, he helped me. That was my first lifeline. The wrist, nigga?
He said the wrist.
What you say? The skin is not an organ, is it?
It
For
is.
real?
Yeah.
Hell, I just thought it was the skin.
Yeah, I consider it an organ.
For real,
It's an
cuz?
organ, yes.
I'll be damned. Somebody done cut my organ. Like I can say that now. I never knew. I thought it was skin,
Yes.
white meat, organ, bone,
Oh my goodness.
marrow,
Marrow.
alum. I didn't know that.
What grade did you teach?
So I actually taught 5th grade.
Oh,
It told us we didn't teach none of that shit.
well.
No, I'm playing. I didn't do the math and science. I did
Okay.
the social studies,
Okay, we
history,
like social
black history. I did that. So yeah, that's what God had called me for.
So when did you stop doing teaching?
I literally stopped teaching at the end of the school year last year. I got called up to come to Langston University to be an academic coordinator with the TRIO program.
Okay.
So that's kind of way lighter in the pants because when you work in with elementary, a lot of parents are actually trying to be a part of their kid's life.
Yes.
It's not like and there's a lot of aren't. So you got to keep them up, grade papers, have the lesson plan ready. And I felt like I was doing so much of that I couldn't even really get to the music.
Right.
So that
That's
was
what I was
another
gonna
thing too. So
It was a good trade-off, it seems.
yeah, it was a good trade-off. It's still a lot of work, but a lot less micromanaged. So you can just get it done, So
Right, on your own
it allows
pace.
me to go and do music when I need to.
I want to be a teacher so bad. Like, I would literally do it right now if Oklahoma paid teachers correctly.
That's another thing.
I don't want to have to worry about my salary. I just want to teach kids because I love being around kids. I love teaching. I want to do it for the fun of it. So, like, whenever I'm retired from being, whatever, I'm going to go back and open up my own school and be a teacher there.
There we go.
I really want to have my own KIP.
Oh yes, KIP is so awesome.
I love
I
KIP.
will say they put out a lot of work though, man.
Yeah.
It ain't easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
What has teaching that age group taught you?
It taught me that we're not as smart as we think we are. Those kids are brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
even the ones that we don't think are as sharp as we think they are, they're sharp. Like it might just not be in the way that you think.
Right.
I've worked with kids that literally will blow my mind off some of the stuff they say, and it's not necessarily what we're learning about in class. It's not like that. I've been in a room and I feel like some of those kids have emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Where they can see when somebody's down, they can see when somebody needs help. I've had a bad day at work. I don't really speak to my kids on that level. I
Right.
keep it like, I'm an adult, you're a kid, you don't need to know if I make a boo-boo or hurt myself, And a student can just tell, and you'll go to lunch and you'll come back and they done wrote a letter. And it's like, you can tell that they were intentional
Right.
about it. You're like, damn, this kid is 8 years old
Right.
and this kid already know, so when you start seeing stuff like that, that's when, I don't know, I'm a Bible kid, so that's when I hear scriptures like out of the mouth of babes, like I really be like, that's what he mean by that. Like, it's a lot of kids out there that really have gifts. But I feel like the education system
Yes.
is not prone to helping that.
I agree.
It's a lot of stuff that just is not putting them in the best position.
I agree.
And I also can detour you as an educator.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers go out and they teach, and they go in with a lot of zeal, and they have their heart in the right place, and then they realize this shit ain't got nothing to do with teaching. This is BS. And it's like, these kids don't have a chance, truthfully. So I got to do what I got to do with what I have. And after about 3 or 4 years, and you're young, you can be like, hell no, I'm finna go do something else.
Damn.
Unfortunately, that's just what happens. A lot of young teachers are leaving at a rapid rate.
Is that Stitt's fault? Is that just Oklahoma?
I think that's a country thing. I think that's
oh,
just
damn, so
around
it's
the
like
country.
that nationwide?
It's a nationwide thing. That's why it's like certain states that are like, you so stupid.
Sorry.
That's why it's certain states that are like reaching and grabbing. Hey, we'll take your teachers. We'll give them this bonus. You know, yeah. It's bad. Nobody wants to teach no more.
Nobody wants to teach no more. But if you're a teacher and you're watching this, we're not talking about you. We appreciate you.
We love you.
And we love you. We love
Thank you for
like
hanging
everybody
in
stick
there.
to it because we need y'all.
Don't give up, please.
We need y'all. Okay, I have just like a few more questions and I'll let you go.
You good.
Didn't you say that you're a dad?
Yes, I'm a dad.
He's a dad, guys.
I'm a girl dad.
Aw.
Love it.
Talk about parenthood. How does that impact your music?
On this new album, you're gonna hear my daughter talking. We're gonna have like off from our little daddy-daughter day conversation, and I will say, I'm transparent. I can say my dad was great, my granddad was great. I started off sucky. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I got married early, divorced fast, and was extremely toxic. I wasn't taking care of business, wasn't handling what I was supposed to handle, and I think it took a couple years for me to like get my head out my ass and realize, bro, I quit playing victim and grow up, you know. And so I think that's really helped me. And now, like, I pay a lot on child support, like a lot. But that shit is cool because it's like I'm taking care of my responsibilities, and it's just it's a good feeling when, you know, my ex-wife will send a picture and be like, hey, you got this, or hey, you know, Avon said thank you, you know, and like she lets her know your dad got you that. So I mean, it's not about the gifts, but when she know you trying, and then when you show up, and then being there.
That acknowledgement. Having
daughters has changed my perspective, but it's like, I don't know. I think when they get older, it's gonna really break me, because I was a dog in college. So it's like I have I got a 6 and a 2, and everything in me just wanna just beat every nigga up that walk by. Like them little kids be at school just hugging each other. Why y'all hugging all the damn time? Nah,
how
ain't
precious.
Bro, my daughter gonna talk to me. Dad, I got some makeup for the first grade, some rings. I said, first of all, let's talk about this.
She got some makeup. Like, let's slow down.
Cause I held that right there. I had to put myself in a position where I was like, let me not cuss my daughter out for just being nice.
Right.
You know, being a father is awesome. I honestly wish they live with their mom. So it's like, I wish that I could be there every day like my dad was.
Right.
Bump your knee, he's there. You know, you sleep and fall, you're there. You know, games, practice, you there. So, I mean, it's not the life that I want as a father, but it's still a blessed life because I still get to go to her games. I still get to, her mom is extremely open. Hey, we got this, we got that. So, we just did a pizza date at the Incredible Pizza, and I got on that little ass roller coaster and damn near got sick because I don't do shit like that.
Not the indoor
The one that was like, zoo, zoo. My daughter was loving, I was like, that's not me, bro. I like to stay on the ground, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, we have fun though. We have fun, so yeah.
That's really exciting. I always ask my guests who do have children, you know, how has being a parent impacted their day-to-day, their music. So I love to hear your perspective, even though you're still not able to be there daily.
Not like daily,
you are still very much involved, and that's a lot more than what several other people can say.
Well, pray to them, they'll get better.
Absolutely.
Everybody come around, that's my prayer.
Everybody come around.
I came around, so yeah.
If you're out there, you need to come around. Come on around.
Come on around, man.
Come on around and
take responsibility. Shit, it hurt. It hurt at first, but shit, it feel good later. Yeah, it feel good later. It get greater later, baby.
Absolutely. Well, I want you to go ahead and highlight anything that you have coming up. Discuss how people can find you on any social media platforms.
Yes. Find me on any social media, W3SST. Again, it's W3SST. That's also on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube as well. New album is coming out November 14th on my birthday. It'll be my 6th album, I think, 6th album. And I love it. I think it's really good. If you're into music, Soul Child, if you're into D'Angelo, if you're into a good storytelling project, please check it out. Give it one try at least. If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. I'm lying. I ain't giving you shit back. I need your money.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm like, he just playing.
I'm not giving you money back. But I worked hard on it. So, yeah.
I'm excited. I'm going to drop a link in my bio of the album whenever it drops.
Please.
I'm a Spotify user, so y'all can go to Spotify link.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm an Apple guy.
Of course, but I also have a Samsung. I'm proud of my Samsung.
Yeah.
Why he say, okay, like that?
She has a Samsung, everybody.
By choice. I love my Samsung.
We know it's by choice.
But people always try to treat me as if I can't afford an iPhone.
No,
like,
it's not.
As if I'm less than or something. I'm like, I don't care.
It's just a little less than.
It's not though. It's not though. I refuse to fall into the sheepism.
At least your
of
screen
the
is
Apple.
hard. That screen ain't gonna never crack.
Absolutely. And
That's
I've got it in a really nice case so that it really doesn't break.
Yeah, this is my cousin in real life, I think.
I really feel like we're about to track it down real fast because as soon as you said Paris, Texas, I'm like, wait a minute, there ain't a lot of black people from Paris. Especially with the last name Martin.
No, it ain't no Martins out there. It's just a few of us.
That's weird, but the people on my Martin side of the family, they got eyes like this. So I'm gonna have to see some photos of your people.
We're gonna have to see.
We about to figure it out, y'all. I'm
We're
pretty sure.
have to see.
Oh, wait.
No.
He already know what I was about to
Shit. I got a show tomorrow. If you're watching live at Hubbly Bubbly, it's the Halloween show. That's where you can wear your outfit.
You're right.
Add a little blood, come in. Tickets on me, I'll let you in on me. And I'll be singing like a 20-minute set. I'm gonna be coming from the brisket area.
Okay.
So it's gonna sound good with a little sauce.
Okay, the brisket area.
That's right, God is
the
good.
diaphragm, was that it?
That's right.
I was really finna ask you to sing a little something, but it's all right.
No.
We just gotta get there tomorrow.
You come on to that show tomorrow.
Right. Make sure y'all show up to Hubbly Bubbly tomorrow to see or hear him both sing. I've heard you before. He's very, very talented. So if you're into soul music and you just want to have a good time tomorrow, stop by Hubbly Bubbly. What'd you say, 8?
Yeah, 8.
8 p.m.
Pull up.
Pull up. Well, thank you so much again for coming to the Wave Talk. Yeah, thank you so much again. Thank y'all for watching.
Peace. And my cousin,
wait, we had
y'all.
to pause like that because that's how the little YouTube thing.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching that episode and sitting with us and our guests. We've got Wes. Thank you so much for stopping by and talking with us. As always, I like to go ahead and do my shout outs. Shout out to New Wave, the home team. New Wave or No Wave. I want to give a huge shout out to my production team, Life Media 405. Thank you, D-Right. And I also want to make sure you guys follow us on all social media platforms at The Wave Talk Official, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I'm not that big on Twitter, but I'm working on it. It's real difficult for me to stay up to speed, but we're working on it. And of course, as always, we like to do a quote. As I mentioned in the last episode, I'm trying to be on like some super, like more than body positivity, but just like huge on self-positivity. And it's like day something of 365 of speaking highly to myself. The quote that I have is from Tumblr, per usual. It says, disappear for some time, work on yourself, and return unrecognizable. And I am so much in a season of like wanting to disappear and just like, I don't know, coming back as a fully different, morphed individual. It's just so difficult whenever you have like events, talk show, and other things that still require attention on social media. But I don't know, I'm gonna come up with some type of system to, I don't know, stay on social media just for whenever I need to be on there. It's just so addicting. But yeah, after the fashion show, y'all, I'm gonna take like a little hiatus of social media, so I say. And whenever I come back, y'all can be like, damn, who is that? And it's still gonna be me. So Thank you guys again for watching another episode of Wave Talk. I'll see you next time.